Okay. All right. Well, that'll work. So sorry about that, everyone. Good morning. My name is Stephanie Wilson. I'm an account manager with Uliance, who is your employee assistance program provider. So this morning, I'm just going to take some time to review what is available through the employee assistance program, or you'll hear me reference it as the EAP as we're going through this presentation, what services and supports there are, how to access those, and then if you have any questions, we will have some time at the end for that as well. So just getting started, thinking about the Employee Assistance Program, and maybe you're not as familiar with what an EAP is or what is available. They can look vastly different, depending on different programs or different models. And so that's why I definitely want to give you just some information on what is available with this program that you have available as a benefit to you. So we really work to try to help promote work-life goals, assist people. You can see some examples here on the screen of just some areas that we have people contacting the EAP for services and support regarding. And I'm going to talk in a little bit more detail about the services that can help with, if people are experiencing high levels of stress, looking at improving relationships, could be personally or professionally, legal or financial concerns. We have some supports available for that. So we'll talk a little bit more about those. So on this screen here, you can see the 800 number. This is the 800 number to call that is going to get you to any of the supports or services that I talk about today. So this is the one number for you to have to, share with each other, share with family members, to be able to access support. So this would be the first step in giving us a call to get set up with any services. This is a 24/7 number, so you can call this number at any time. Doesn't have to be Monday through Friday during normal business hours. You'll be linked with one of our life advisor consultants. No matter what time, you'll be able to speak with a live person. And all of those consultants on the other end of the phone do have a background in the behavioral health field. So when you're connected with one of our consultants, they can provide support, information. They can get you connected with resources either within the EAP, or maybe you're looking for resources outside of the EAP. I'll talk about how we can help with that in a little bit. And we'll talk about how they can also provide some immediate support if needed. A couple of things to highlight is that this is a completely confidential service. So a lot of times, because this is a benefit through your employer, we get asked, I don't want my employer to know that I called or what services I'm using or what I'm talking about. And that is completely confidential. So just as if you were accessing any of these kind of services or supports in your community, we follow HIPAA, we follow confidentiality. And so we are not allowed under law to share any of your personal information with anyone, including your employer. So I always like to make sure people are aware that that is a benefit of this program as well. And then the other thing I just want to highlight too is that this is for all employees. It's also for employees, family members, including a spouse, a live together partner, and any dependents you have under 27 years of age. So employees and those family members can access any of these services I'm going to be talking about. There is no cost associated with any of these services for employees or for family members. So here you can see an overview of what services are available. You can see, and I'm going to talk about each of these a little bit more to give you a little bit more detail, but we offer counseling services. We have a coaching program. We can provide immediate crisis support if that's something that would be helpful. And then I'll talk a little bit about how we can assist with accessing community resources. And we also have a portal that has some information that can be helpful, and talk about how to log in there. So I'm going to start with talking about counseling services that are available. Through the Employee Assistance Program, you can access short-term solution-focused counseling to address, whatever current needs you might have. So when you call in to that 800 number, we're going to ask some questions, get an idea of what your current needs are, and then go from there. We'll also ask you some questions, based on what you're looking for. Maybe individual sessions would be helpful. Maybe you're looking for couples counseling or family counseling. That's also, all of those sessions are available through the EAP. And that's where it can really be a benefit. So, for example, I know in Michigan, most health insurances don't cover couples counseling as a covered benefit. So there can be, more out-of-pocket costs associated, or even with other counseling sessions, there can be copays and deductibles. If you access these services through the employee assistance program, there are no additional fees. There's no fees at all. So that can be a real benefit in going through the EAP for a service like, let's say, counseling. We also offer counseling depending on the preference of the person who's accessing it in a couple of different ways. So we do work with counselors all across the country. No matter where you're located at, we can get you linked up with a counselor to be able to have sessions face-to-face and in person. If that's your preference, we will get, your information on where you're located, let you know who is available in that area, and then you could receive those counseling sessions face-to-face. We also do offer a telephonic or virtual video option if that's something that is more appealing to be able to receive counseling through either of those methods. That's an option as well that we can provide. So really, whatever that person's preference, you can have counseling delivered in any of those ways. And again, there, just as a reminder, it is a confidential service, so we do not share, whether you're accessing the service or what you're accessing it for, or anything like that with anyone, including with your employer. We also offer a coaching program that's available through the EAP, and the coaching program is separate from our counseling program. This is, I think, at least I know I have heard over the last couple of years a lot more about people working with a coach or getting life coaching support. And so that's something that's also available if you or a family member would be interested in accessing that service. This service is telephonic and virtual. So the one difference from counseling, one of the differences is it's not a face-to-face option to meet with a coach. It would be a virtual option. And I should mention too, all of our coaches in counseling do have a minimum of a master's degree in the behavioral health field. And then the coaches do have some additional training and experience in providing coaching. So when you're working with a coach, a lot of times it's around a goal that you might have for yourself. Could be a personal goal, could be a professional goal. Either one of those, they'll talk with you about helping to define that, getting steps put into place for how to reach that goal. If there's resources that might be helpful, talking about those or how to access those and what support they can provide. And then they'll provide ongoing coaching support during your work with them as you're working towards that goal. So if that sounds like something that would be helpful, please feel free to give us a call and we can assist with getting linked up with that as well. And then for crisis intervention, so as I mentioned, this is the same 800 number that you saw on the previous slide, but this is as I mentioned, this is a 24/7 number. And one of the nice features is that because all of the consultants that you'll be speaking with when you call in are in the behavioral health field, they can also provide immediate support. So if you or someone is having some sort of immediate need or emotional crisis and need to speak with someone right then, you can call that 800 number, speak with a counselor immediately, and be able to work on addressing whatever that immediate need is, whether that can be addressed within that phone call with that consultant, or if they can assist you with some resources that may be helpful to access in your community, getting you linked up with some supports through the EAP to get started with. They can do all of that. So if you're ever, just not sure what to do, and a lot of times it always seems like a crisis comes up, it's not Monday through Friday during normal business hours, it's Saturday at 2 a.m. or whatever the case might be, you can call that 800 number. We can provide any immediate support to address those immediate crisis needs, and then assist you in getting linked up with what's going to be helpful for some next steps. So keep that in mind. It's not just for getting set up with counseling or coaching or any of the other services I'm going to talk about. We can also provide some immediate support if that's helpful. And we can also assist with community resources. So this is something where a lot of times if you're looking at accessing a resource and maybe it's something you've never needed to utilize before in your area, maybe you've moved and you're new to an area or just not sure where to start, we can assist with, if you give us a call and let us know what you're looking for, You can see some examples here of some of the community resources we've assisted with that people contact us about. I would say over the last year, elder care is one of the larger areas that we've gotten more calls on. So someone's caring for an aging loved one, they're looking for what resources are available in their area. So what we can do is we'll, get some information on what exactly you're looking for. If you are looking for lower cost, we'll try to find that, or no cost if we can, depending on what the service is. And then we will do some of that initial legwork where what is available, where is it located, who do you contact, what do they provide, those sorts of things. And we can get that information back to you so you have a bit of a starting spot to know where to go. So if that would ever be something that would be helpful, just like, where do I begin? Or I don't know if my community even has this, where is the closest, to me that I could access this? Give us a call and let us know, and we would be happy to assist you with that. So just keep in mind, even if you're looking for something totally unrelated to the EAP program, but you're not sure on how to access that resource, we would be happy to help you try to link and coordinate with that, even if it's not necessarily one of the resources within the EAP. And then we do offer some support for financial and legal services. So on this screen, you can see the information on our financial services. Employees and family members can access a 30-minute consult with a financial professional at no cost to them. And then if you choose to work with that financial professional beyond that consultation, there is a 15% discount on the hourly rate beyond that consult. We have people access these consultations for a variety of different things, a simple financial question they have, or maybe not so simple, credit counseling, budgeting, debt management. So any of those areas, you can access one of these consultations. These are available to you as needed. So it's not a set amount where you get, one or two consultations a year. Let's say you called today, you accessed a 30-minute consult regarding budgeting, and you had that consultation, and then 4 months down the road something comes up, it's an unexpected large expense, and now you're trying to figure out how to manage this debt with your current budget. Because of this new need, you could call again and have another 30-minute consult at no cost, as long as there is a new or different issue that has come up from the previous consultation. So just know those are available as needed. And similar with legal services, you can access a 30-minute consult at no cost with a legal professional. And then if you choose to work with them beyond that consultation, there is a 25% discount on their hourly rate if you access them through the EAP services. We have people access these legal consultations, again, for a variety of things: a legal question, a document that they would like reviewed by a legal professional, looking at getting a will set up into place and what goes into that, getting some information on that. That's all available as well. Similar to the financial services, the legal consultations are also available as needs come up throughout the year. And then there is also a Working Advantage discount program. I would definitely encourage you, when you have a few minutes, just to log on to this web address down here at the bottom. It's workingadvantage.com/Uliance. Just be sure to add that /Uliance on there. That's what's going to trigger the website that you are accessing this through your EAP, and that's going to give you a screen, a sign up screen. It's really simple. You just need an email address, you create a password, and then you can access this discount program. It's a nationwide program, so you can search locally in your area to see different deals. I know, like for myself, we use it as Uliance employees. There's deals local for like Costco, Sam's Club memberships, different movie theaters, restaurants. There's some pretty good deals on there, similar like sometimes to a Groupon. They have some rotating deals in and out, but then they have some more consistent ones. If you're traveling, there's hotel, car rental deals. So something to look at if you're either traveling or just looking to do something local to you. You might be able to find some pretty good deals on this website. And then we also have our Life Advisor Wellbeing Portal. So this is a resource that's available to employees and family members. There's a whole wealth of information on this portal. So this would really be, maybe you're not looking to get set up with one of the services right now, but you're looking maybe for some information on a topic. This is a good place to start. If you go to lifeadvisor.com, that's the website. Initially, when you go to that website, it's going to ask you to log in with a company name and a city. For company name, you can put in SFOC and Traverse City. Traverse City is the only city right now that is in the portal, just for ease of use. So across the board, everyone within your company will use Traverse City to log in. Once you initially log in, though, with that company name and city, you can create a personal login and then use that moving forward. Or you can continue to use the company name and city. It'll let you use it, however many times you would like to. But once you create that personal login, there are some additional features that you can access. We have some different assessments and tracking tools and things like that. So I always encourage people to create the personal login. Then you can have access to those tools. It's all confidential. It's just available if that's something that's helpful for you to use some of those. And within the portal, we really focus on 5 areas of wellness. We call it the 5 to Thrive areas. So there's information on things related to physical health, emotional health, financial health, career, and community health. And so all of those areas have, different webinars, different podcasts, articles, videos. There's more information on the benefits. So if you're like, what did she say about counseling? You can go back on the portal and take a look. It gives information that I've reviewed today about the EAP benefit. So that's all able to be found on there. But this is just a really good spot if you're looking for some information. Maybe you got a recent physical health diagnosis and you're looking for some information. It's a good starting spot for some information like that. So just as a summary, again, this is a confidential benefit. So just as a reminder, none of, we don't share who's called us or what they're using or anything like that with anyone, including your employer. So it is confidential. It is for you and for family members. So spouses, live together partners, and dependents under 27 years of age can all access any of those benefits that I talked about. And there is no cost for family members or for employees. So if any of those for you or a family member would be something you're interested in getting started, or even just have questions about, you can give us a call at our 800 number and we would be happy to answer any questions, get you set up with any of those services or supports, anything that would be helpful. So again, that is the number on the screen there, this 800 number, and it's a 24/7 number. So you can give us a call anytime and we would be happy to help with any questions or services. So I'm going to stop sharing here. And that takes me to the end. Oops. Come back here of the PowerPoint. But I just want to open it up to you all if there are any questions that you have for me about any of the supports or the services I talked about through the EAP benefit. Nobody? Not a single question?
If you guys have some that you'd rather not discuss in front of the group, that's okay too. You can reach out to Becky or myself afterwards, and we can get you with Stephanie, or we'll ask Stephanie the questions and get them back to you if you would feel more comfortable in a smaller setting like that.
For sure. Yeah. And also, don't ever hesitate to give us a call at that number, that 800 number. Like I said, even if you're not sure if you're looking to get started with any of those services, we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have just about those services if you have any. So feel free to give us a call too.
And I did get some feedback yesterday, Stephanie, from one of our Michigan people who took the information, logged in, made a platform, and has already purchased something off of the discounts. So she said it was awesome. So she was a big help yesterday when I was going over this. So it's good to know. And I really do hope everybody goes on, and there are lots of great discounts. I know there were Disney discounts and other stuff if anybody's making a Disney trip with your family. So anyway,
Yeah, it's a good discount program. I know sometimes you hear about those and you're like, yeah, okay. And I didn't even really look at it at first when I, we started having access to it, but there's some pretty good deals on there, so definitely check that out. So
I apologize. I jumped in a few minutes late. Is there an app or do you have to physically go to the website?
it's physically the website.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Great.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time this morning. And like I said, feel free to give us a call if you have any questions come up. But hopefully you and your family can, take advantage. This is a really great benefit through your employer. So I'm happy to be working with you all.
Great. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, Becky.
Thanks.
We appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye.